Good morning, students, and welcome back again. So, in this lesson, cell structure and function. Yesterday, we have discussed about the nuclear membrane, nucleolus, chromosomes, genes. We have discussed about prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. Now, today, we are going to discuss about, and yesterday we have seen that the cell is mainly divided into three parts, that is nuclear cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus. We have discussed about the cell membrane, we have discussed about the nucleus. Now in cytoplasm there are many things present in this one. Cell organelles are present. Those cell organelles which are present in this one is cell wall, cell membrane we have seen. Now today we are going to discuss about the nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane, it is surrounded of the nucleus, it will be present, and it is made up of two layers, as you can see in the picture. As you can see in the picture, it is made up of two layers, and opening allows the material to enter and leave the nucleus here. Whatever openings we can able to see, this opening will be allowing to enter the material, and it will be, this is the portion where the material can able to enter and exit in this from this opening. Then chromosomes, second part, it is made up of DNA. DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. Full form of DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid, and it is present in the nucleus. As you can see, it is a thread-like structure. It is responsible for the inheritance of characters, that is genes, from one generation to another generation. Then is about the vacuoles will be present here. These vacuoles look like a clear space in the cytoplasm, and that is empty space we can able to see. A mature plant cell has only one big vacuole in the center, but young plants has many small vacuoles. Animals are either without vacuoles, or if they have vacuole, they are small and few. Vacuoles can store water. In plants, they store water, salts and nutrients. In amoeba, they are helpful in excretion and are known as contractile vacuole. Contractile vacuole. In amoeba, it is helpful for digestion purposes. Then we will be having cilia and Phagelia. These are small extension of the cell membrane. They help in locomotion and collection of food. Paramecium have numerous cilia, while uh, Aglion has only one. We will see the picture in the next one. Then we are having Golgi complex. These are the sac-like structures, as you can able to see in the picture. Stacked above another sac-like structure, stacked one above the other. They will be continuously fixed, and they are flat sac-like structure that are found near the nucleus. They help in the storage and secretion of substance from the cell. Some cells, like the cells of bacteria, do not have nuclear membrane of the nucleus in them. So here they are also called as storehouse of the cell. Golgi complex is called as the storehouse of the cell. The next is about the endoplasmic reticulum. It is a network of membranes we can able to see. Endoplasmic membrane, it may be like tube-like structure connecting the cell membrane with the nuclear membrane. It helps in transport and communication between nucleus and on one side and the other membrane on the other side. For movement of material we will using it. Then we have rhizosomes. These rhizosomes are very small spherical bodies. They are not enclosed by any membrane. They help in protein synthesizing. It means for synthesizing proteins we require rhizosomes. They are present scattered in the cytoplasm or attached to the endoplasmic reticulum. The nickname as protein factories. Lysosomes are called as protein factories. They are called as protein factories. Then we have mitochondria. This is present only in plants. This is present only in plants, and they are colored bodies. They are there are three types, that is chloroplast, chromoplast and leucoplast. Leucoplasts are colorless and store proteins and fats. Chromoplasts are colored, present in fruits and flowers, and chloroplasts are green. They contain chlorophyll and known as the kitchen of plant cell. It's known as kitchen of plant cell. These chloroplasts are essential for photosynthesis to make food for raw material. So these are the one which will be used synthesizing the proteins, fats and carbohydrates. These are called as the powerhouse of the cell. Mitochondria is called as powerhouse of a cell. It is responsible for cellular respiration and produces energy for different activities. Then coming to cell organelles. In cell organelles we will be having plastids. Plastids are large organelles and are characteristics of a plant cell. Chloroplast provides green color to the plant, manufacture food by the process of photosynthesis. Chromoplast for providing color other than food materials. Clear? Then today we will be ending with this all what we can say parts of the cytoplasm. Then tomorrow we will be discussing about the plant cell in detail and animal cell. Before we could end, we are having one more thing, that is called as lysosomes. These lysosomes are called as suicidal bags because they help in the digestion of foreign bodies and warm out cell parts. Sometimes the entire cell which is generating it is destroyed by them. So this is lysosome. They are also called as suicidal bag. Thank you. Stay home. Stay safe.